Relocation can be a difficult experience, especially if you're moving to a completely new location, but a little preparation may go a long way in reducing stress and worry linked to it. Whether you're moving for a career in a new area or merely moving away with your family to a better location, you must do some planning before relocation in order to avoid unnecessary stress and anxiety. With that in mind, in today's video, we're going to talk about some useful tips to help you keep on top of your move. If this is your first time visiting the channel, remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you won't miss any future health-related videos we upload. Now let's jump into it with our number one tip. Number 1. Look into the expenses of your new location. Financial planning comes first in many things. The same is the case with relocation. Relocation is expensive as there are multiple expenditures associated with moving. This is especially important if you are relocating from a rural to a metropolitan setting. You'll need to figure out how much housing, residential rates, groceries, entertainment, internet services, and transportation will cost. And if you're relocating from a metropolis to a rural area, you'll most likely have to consider higher transportation expenditures. So keep track of your funds, budget for what you'll need and when you'll need it, and then allocate accordingly. Number 2, get to know the area you're relocating to. The next important thing you need to do is do some research about the area that you're planning to move to. There are a lot of things to consider before you go, from where to live, how far the schools are, to where to eat and drink. It would be really beneficial if you did your homework before departing. Use the internet to learn all you can, including asking questions on public forums. Individuals who live or have lived there will be happy to help you, and you may meet some new people who will be waiting for you when you arrive. So make sure to do your research before relocating. Number 3, consider taxes related to relocation. The requirement to file tax returns for a partial year in both the state you moved from and the state to which you relocated is likely the aspect of moving to a new state that will be the most time-consuming for you. If you are relocating to a state with a considerably different income tax rate, this will be a very major shift for you. On the other hand, if you're moving to a state where there is no income tax at all, this will be a welcome relief. So make sure to talk to a certified public accountant or some tax expert to get an estimate on how much you may anticipate spending on your taxes for the year you move. Number 4, consider the cost of moving your stuff. There are a variety of approaches one might use when relocating. Hiring a standard cross-country mover may eliminate the need for you to drive a vehicle and perform any heavy lifting, but it certainly comes at a significant price. And if you're planning to move everything yourself and drive the moving truck yourself, you may save some money, but it is a lot of labor. The best way is to opt for a hybrid strategy. You can get help from a labor-only service that may assist you with loading and unloading your stuff whenever you need it. Move cross-country with the help of a rented truck. Pack your own boxes to save money, but consider using a moving box rental service to have boxes delivered to your door. You can save a lot of money this way with very little effort on your part. Number 5, learn about transportation options. Transportation expenses and alternatives are essential considerations in relocation. If you're currently living and working in a metropolis and planning a relocation to a distant place, you and your spouse will undoubtedly require your own means of transportation to travel around. In more populous locations, you can assess the benefits and drawbacks of using public transportation versus driving your own vehicle. Trains, metros, and trams are all possibilities in big cities. In addition, don't forget to add in the expense of returning to your hometown from your new location to visit family and friends. Number 6, plan a visit before you move to see your new city and local area. Even while conducting research online is beneficial, there is no substitute for actually going to the location that you plan to relocate to. The best approach is to plan a visit to the city you've decided to move to as soon as you've made the decision to do so that you can get a feel for the neighborhood and perhaps even look for a rental space. Do not fall into the trap of spending your vacation seeing the popular tourist destinations. If you move there, you will have plenty of opportunities to do so. So use that trip as a fact-finding mission to explore some of the neighborhoods you're considering living in. Number 7. Research your new real estate market. It is also important to research your new real estate market. Don't restrict yourself to just a limited area where you're planning to relocate. Instead, try to learn about real estate in the surrounding areas. Other than that, your local real estate agent will be able to address many of your questions. A brief contact to an agent may offer information such as school proximity, local tax costs, and many other useful details that can only come from a knowledgeable local resident. If you're purchasing or renting a new home, you'll almost certainly be working with an agent. Remember that this individual is there to assist you, so don't be afraid to ask any questions that come to mind. Try to have a good discussion with your estate agent so that they can explain everything about your new house to you and find you a property that works best for you. Nobody knows an area better than an estate agent, so take advantage of this source of local expertise to get all the information you want. It is usually a good idea to write down all of your questions and have them ready when you talk with your agent. Your agent will gladly assist you in person as they love to give clients details about the locations, so don't be shy and take advantage of the opportunity. Number 8, aim to relocate only at a favorable time. When it comes to timing, think outside of the box. For example, if you have children, keep in mind that you don't have to relocate at the start of the new school year, even if you have the proper opportunity arise right then. Children are adaptive and can be excited about their new life if they are included in the planning process. Before they start at their new school, have them study maps, investigate fascinating things about their new region, and reach out to their potential classmates. That way, everyone in the family will be as prepared as possible for a smooth transition. Number 9. Packing your things. It is obvious that you will have to take a lot of stuff with you, so the best thing is to start packing a few days prior so that nothing is left behind. While packing, make sure to create checklists and labeling, which will greatly assist you after unpacking. So make sure to mark each and every one of your packing boxes so that unpacking will go more smoothly and you won't lose any of your important stuff. One important thing in this aspect is to keep vital documents and personal goods close at hand and to plan ahead of time for eating and resting. Number 10. Plan your moving day. The next important thing to consider after timing is to plan your moving day. There is no getting around the fact that moving is a stressful experience. A chaotic and disorganized moving day would make an already stressful situation much worse. Relocating is never easy, and it only gets worse when you're moving over vast distances, so it is important that you plan ahead to make this very day as simple and stress-free as it possibly can be. You need to get ready for each and every move, no matter how small they may be. Preparation is the most important factor in having a great moving day. If on the morning of the move, when there are butterflies flitting about in your stomach, you still have a lot of work to do, putting away stuff, determining what to take and what to leave, and loading the vehicle or van, then you are going to experience some tension that is not necessary. Number 11. Socialize in your new neighborhood. After you've settled in, the best way to deal with the stress of moving is to kick back, relax, and enjoy yourself. So the best way is to acquire new connections, broaden your horizons socially, and familiarize yourself with your new city. You'll discover that if you approach the move with an adventurous attitude, you'll spend less time regretting your previous residence and more time appreciating where you are now. This is because you'll be more motivated to take advantage of the opportunities to socialize by the move itself. In this way, you will also be able to minimize the homesickness, missing the old house, to a great extent. Number 12. Have a plan B in place. Make sure that you have a plan B in place before making any changes to your life that may be considered permanent. To get things started, rather than selling your first home, why don't you try renting it out? In this way, you will have the peace of mind that comes with knowing that you might return if it were necessary. Because of this, your confidence will be boosted, which will contribute to the ease of your relocation. Last but not least, moving to a new location is not a simple process. You often have to say goodbye to loved ones before venturing off into the unknown by yourself. However, relocating shouldn't be a stressful experience for you. It ought to have the feeling of a clean slate and a brand new beginning. If you're planning to move soon, the tips we talked about can help you learn more about the area and make sure you're comfortable in your new home when you move in. Well guys, that's all for today's video. What do you think about the video? Tell us your views in the comment section below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and give the video a thumbs up if you find it informative. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. See you in the next one. Until then, best of luck.